This piece is a piece this piece is the piece that is actually in the St. Louis Black pages. And it's entitled My Father's Tears. And unbeknownst to me, that the summer of 1997, my father would actually experience a heart attack on his birthday, November 25th. And so I was sitting on the porch and I was writing and I thought about my father, and so this piece, I thought about being a father and I thought about my father. And this piece is entitled, like I said, My Father's Tears. I wonder if my father knows I cry for him. I wonder if he has any idea that I know that he feels he doesn't have time to cry. And that I, as his child, wishes that this life would give him all the happiness that he deserves. The simple happiness that he has worked for and believe exists somewhere in, with, or beneath his struggles. I know he has no idea. And as a parent, he may never be able to fathom the hurt that I feel. For as a parent, the pain that I feel is exactly what he has worked to shield me from feeling or experiencing. For my father to know that I cry for him is for him to possibly feel that his goal in this life was never obtained, was not achieved, was never reached, and may never have been possible to be ever to do so. Because fathers are fathers. It is often too painful to rest because there are so many pitfalls and dangers in this life that they wish to destroy. And the job seems so enormous that the fear of not being able to make a difference is only outweighed by the fear that they could have but didn't. And the obvious, most yet feared possibility is that no matter what they do, it still won't be enough, or it wasn't. Yet, fathers try, and secretly, children cry. I wonder if my father knows I cry for him, as he, like many fathers, maintains his strong, silent air of unshakable strength. A pillar that was constructed out of need and necessity and truth. A pillar that he needed in order to provide what support and nurturing he could, in order to provide his own need to maintain that sense of unshakable strength, in order not to be overcome by his own fear, his own weakness, his own frailty. A pillar that became an internal support to support the outer facade and make whole all the opposing halves. And then there's the truth, and the true truth of the matter may be that in honor of his father before him, his role model, his hero, his closest link to God power, that his choice is to carry on his father's work, knowing and remembering that he, as his father's child, shed tears for him and shared those tears in secret. I know it always wanted, wished, and aspired as a man to finally be able to say as a man to my father, Father, I love you. You are a beautiful person, and it's through you that I see light and breathe the air of this world. I remember how when I stood before him with my girlfriend and looked in his brown freckled face and told him that I was going to be a father soon. And in the same breath and same pool of respect, I finally poured out what I wanted to be able to stand up to him and say face to face like a man, Father, I love you. I love you. And I leaned to kiss him. His fatherly response was not what I expected, but then again it was, for he was a man with whom I was familiar. And he said, well, I know that you liked me. His final words of that discussion were words that were engraved in my mind and reverberate as my pen makes note of their very true meaning and importance. As he said, you better walk like me. I heard every word he said, even though I was somewhat struck in his flip response to my significant accomplishment of revealing my feeling and appreciation for him. I wonder if my father knows that I cry for him. I wonder if my father knows that I cry for him. I do. So I do so thinking the many times when life has hurt him, but he must go on maintaining. I cry when he has had his tears shattered and put on the shelf, or when he may not because he doesn't have the time. I cry for him as he possibly cried for his father, as his father, my grandfather, cried for his father, all in secret, or in internal waterfalls of acknowledgement, recognition, and praise of accomplishment, of dreams, and of life's destiny of courage, perseverance, and struggle. I hope that opportunity will avail itself to allow myself and many other secret children to stand as strong pillars facing the nurturers of their souls, and stand firm, straight, and tall as we let our rivers of love's testimony flow down our cheeks. And with comforting strength, tell, prove, show, and let them know that the goal will be reached, has been reached, is seen and recognized. And amongst the silent tears, pour out the truth of our hearts openly, so that they, we, and all know, I cry for my father. I cry for him.
I like that.